So Rich is over there, and he'll create 4, 5. Team NASA.
Cool. So I'm Henry. This is Carmen. This is Jacqueline. So today we're presenting to you a way, and this is an anonymous way to attend events, and this is using the Vault with Bluzell database. Next slide. So there's a lack of privacy and anonymity to register for certain events throughout any kind of event or service. And so, for example, for this event, you have to register and put in your name, your email, your payment, so like a credit card or debit card, and this is all trackable, so like you can easily identify who we are. Now, this data is recorded and stored, and which could be lost or stolen, and so in this kind of day and age, security is a growing issue.
So our aim is to provide both the user and the establishment who are looking for a more secure and private way to register for events or services. And here are some of our goals that are described here.
All right, so how it works is an establishment, they would go onto our site and they would enter in details and cost and such that, and it would generate 2 keys, a public key and a private key. So they would take that public key and they'd post it onto forums or wherever like users would find it, and they would use the private key to manage the orders, so you can see the order confirmations for what happened. When a user would enter the public key into our service, it would allow them to purchase a ticket through an anonymous cryptocurrency such as Monero, and then that would give them a order confirmation, which would also be stored with the establishment. All right, so an example of this would be at a Black Hat hacker convention. So you can see that like some hackers, they would find the link on a forum. They could pay for it using a cryptocurrency, so they remain completely anonymous. And then they get the user confirmation key, or they get the confirmation key. So when they arrived at the event, they could check that key against the key that the organizers have that registered. So here is our demo of this. So we have our service platform. So say we're an establishment, we will create an event, we will set the cost, say it's $400, and enter in some other details. And then they would create the keys, and they'd get a public and a private key. So then say we posted this public key somewhere. Now we're a user, we found this key, and we want to go to this event. So we go to the user section, and we enter the event key. If we entered in gibberish, it would say the event's not found, because that's not a key. So we enter our key, then it finds the event, and it pulls up the details. And then the purchasing would take us through the payment platform. And once that's completed, we get our ticket transaction, or order confirmation. With that order confirmation, that would also be sent to the establishment, where they could manage it under a different tab. So then they're entering their private key there, they can manage all the events. And a big aspect of this is mutability, that the data can be changed, because you don't want this ticket sticking around forever. You want to know when they've checked in, so they don't double check in, or they don't have all their friends come in and through that. So that's a big part of this. The data can be changed. Going back to that, the reason why Bluzell is so necessary is because of the mutability on top of the scalability and the anonymity of this decentralized source. The reason why this can't be done with a centralized source is because it's hard to scale. You're not anonymous, you have to trust the provider of the data storage. Yeah.
So the benefit of our solution is to utilize a decentralized database for generating and storing public and private keys, which in turn should provide an accessible, simple, and anonymous solution for our clients. Thank you.
Awesome, great job, and you guys are watching the clock and you made it just under time. Great work. So any questions from our judges?
I'm not sure if you had implemented, but for your demo, would it be possible to enter in the private key for the the manage and see that ticket bot?
I was almost got there. I was about half an hour away from implementing that.
Okay, no
So-
problem.
But it does it does use BlueZell's database to store and receive the information.
Okay, great.
Any other questions from the judges?
Sounds like Ryan's about to say something.
Ryan's formulating. Okay.
While he's formulating, I'll waste time. Thanks so much. That was an excellent presentation, and the demo was fantastic. So,
Thank you.
I guess I'm trying to figure out if you could implement something equivalent with just digital signatures and no decentralized database. If they just sign your ticket.
It still has to be stored on a centralized database, and you have to trust the storage provider. They could lose it.
But you can have a copy of it, so you don't have to trust it.
Also, there's also scalability issues.
It's also anonymous, so that's one of the.
Well,
big-
again, you could, yeah. But-
You show up at the event with the number.
But this is, you can deploy, you don't have to worry about scaling, say like millions of people are using this, and you're running it on like a laptop.
Okay.
The storage is possible, so.
Thanks. Wow, our judges are quiet, even Brian. Okay, well, yeah, you did waste time in the middle. So that was great. Thanks, NASA.